Morning guys, happy Monday. I hope you had a great weekend. Today, quick video on getting out of overwhelm. So a lot of the time, we all feel a lot of pressure in getting lots and lots of things done, and we can tend to get into a bit of reactivity about how much that we need to do. First thing that I do if I'm feeling emotions around overwhelm is do a big brain dump on a piece of paper. Generally, overwhelm is created from looking at too much at the one time. So we're either looking at what we need to do in 6 months or even for the whole week, and trying to deal with that in our mind right now instead of just bringing it back to what we need to focus on either for the next 10 minutes, next 30 minutes or next hour. When we're under a lot of emotional stress, generally we need to bring it back to a smaller focus point. So generally just, what's the next 10 minutes that we need to or what do we need to do in the next 10 minutes? What I do with the brain dump when I get everything out is I use a model that was taught by Stephen Covey, and it's called the 4 quadrants. I find this very, very helpful. Basically, the number 1 quadrant is what is urgent and important. The thing that we normally do is we're very reactive when we're in the mode of thinking that everything is urgent and important. So generally these are the things that absolutely must be dealt with today or immediately, and will have severe consequences if we don't deal with those things. The second quadrant is it's important but it's not urgent. These things we really, if we're planning and creating a life that we love, we want to be spending 70% of our time in quadrant 2. However, a lot of the time we're stuck in quadrant 1 dealing with the urgent and important because we haven't spent enough time in quadrant 2. So the more and more you can shift your focus to things that are in quadrant 2. Quadrant 2 things are like doing the budget, reviewing your finances, taking your partner out on a date night. It's having quality time with your kids. It's taking care of the things before they get to becoming spot fires that we need to put out. Quadrant 3 is generally urgent and it's urgent but it's not important, and a lot of the time these are other people's emergencies that become our urgencies. So really discerning, what is it that is our things that we need to take care of, and what is it that other people possibly have made our problem that maybe wasn't really our problem to begin with and possibly can be given back. They say if a present is not accepted, sorry for the noise with the motorbike, if a present is not accepted, then it belongs to the person who was attempting to give it. So perhaps there's some gifts in your life that you need to give back to others. Quadrant 4 is things that aren't urgent and aren't important. And these tend to be things that we use to escape our life, procrastinate with, and distract ourselves and numb ourselves with. A lot of the time why we spend time in quadrant 4, because for most people it'll be like, well, why would I be in there? And it's because we're trying to get out of the stress and the reaction of quadrant 1. So there's a really quick tool that you can use. All that I do after I've used the brain dump, so I've written down everything, all I do is I go through and I mark it quadrant 1, quadrant 2, quadrant 3, quadrant 4. I start with all my quadrant 1s, which when I actually really think about it, there's generally only 1 or 2 quadrant 1 things on my list. It's just when it's in my head, I've made it all quadrant 1 things. So go through, circle quadrant 1 and quadrant 2 and get to work on those. Quadrant 3 and quadrant 4, you can decide what you do with those, either delete, delegate or do it. Okie doke, have a great day, enjoy your week, and I'll chat to you guys later. Bye.